Hello, everybody. This is the Ed Talks About podcast, a podcast series talking about cosplay, Comic Con, and everything else. I know this is coming before the intro music because I haven't been able to record a podcast, partly because of the weather, partly because of personal stuff. So I had to think of very quickly what to post today. And I thought, I did a podcast, live podcast at MCM London in May, and I haven't actually posted anything about it. So I just want to say that you're about to hear a live recording, the audio of it, being between myself and Shirak Cosplay. We talk about Comic Con, how to get photos, how to get into cosplay. Beyond that, I think it's been a month now, so a lot of things has happened. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it and you're listening to this. If you want to, because there's some visual elements to it as well. So if you want to see the full YouTube clip of it. It's not clip, but the presentation. It is on my YouTube channel, which I'll put a link into the podcast description if you'd like to see it as well. But other than that, I hope you enjoy the podcast. Hopefully we'll be back to our regular schedule. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Anyway, Eddie, play that intro music. I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Eddie. I'm a cosplay photographer. I run a page called Food and Cosplay. I've been doing it for X amount of years. We'll have that on there. But joining me on the podcast is B of Shirak Cosplay. Give her a round of applause.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Eddie. So hi, I'm Bibi. Yes. I am known as Shirak in the cosplay community. And here we are today. Professionally, I work as a special effects makeup artist. I don't know if you saw the live demo yesterday, but otherwise we've got other things going on today. There's a workshop going on today as well and tomorrow. And today we are doing that live podcast about cosplay and cosplay photography.
Yes. We're going to be talking about things, how we enjoy our cosplay weekend as a cosplayer and a photographer. So you're the cosplayer, I'm the photographer. Is that correct? Have I got that right?
I think so.
I hope you'll enjoy join in as well. Feel free to. We'll probably try to do some Q&As towards the end of it. So if you've got questions about how to enjoy a cosplay weekend from a cosplayer's point of view or a photographer's point of view, have that question in your head. Hopefully we'll get to answer that at the end. Okay. Shall we do next slide?
Yeah, we've got a presentation and everything for you guys. So here we go. What? Ta-da! The Food and Cosplay Live Cosplay Podcast. Woo! Here we go. So that's us. Introduction. We just did that, so now you know a bit more about ourselves.
Look like that.
Well, you are cosplaying Food and Cosplay. You got your baseball cap.
I didn't realise how gaping my mouth was. That was all. So.
Here we go.
A bit about myself. I've been going to Comic Con. Well, I've been doing cosplay photography for about over 10 years now. I think one of my first events was actually MCM London, and I've been more or less coming quite frequently, quite regularly to MCM, but I've been going to Comic Cons as a whole for about 20 years now. I have aged really badly, I think. So, I think I've seen and done everything here. Oh, Lord. So, yeah, I've done events like MCM London, Birmingham. I've gone to New York Comic Con. So I have been around the world a little bit. I run the social media pages of Food and Cosplay on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky. Hello. And I've been doing a podcast since 2020. I don't know if anything happened in 2020 for me to do that, but yes, I think the reason why I did that because of things. Just a bit more personalized things. I'm a collector of Harley Quinns. And I don't know why I wrote down I've met Michelle now, but I have. So yes.
I want to know more about that, but we get that a bit later.
Yeah.
So, a bit about myself. So, here we go again. So, I'm Shirak. My name is Begonio. People call me Bibi. Shirak in the cosplay community, and I have been cosplaying since 2001. So, that is 24 years as a cosplayer. So, I win.
Oh, you win now, huh?
Yeah.
All right. It's not a competition.
That's all right then. 24 years doing cosplay. I was born in Spain, so I started there. So my first convention was in southern Spain, and then I moved to the UK. And then my first UK convention was MCM. actually. So there's a lot that we need to owe to MCM.
Definitely, yeah. I owe them a lot, so yes.
And a cool fact: I represented the UK at ECG in 2015. And
how was that?
Yeah, I was really good. That was what kickstarted my career in special effects, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, because I wanted to become Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Gary Oldman, and that's what I did. And that's what started my career in special effects. Actually, I did it with prosthetics. So that's a cool fact. You can actually see the original costume in my booth. We've got a booth right behind this wall here, and I've got pictures of the makeup. I've got the original costume in there if you want to have a little nose. And I have guested at dozens of conventions all around the UK, mainland Europe as well. Here at MCM a few times. I'm always happy to be back. It's like being at home.
It does feel like a second home for me as well.
It is. I mean, we've been here for so long.
It's so long. I know it's the same location. You do get to like feel like every part of this arena, Excel Center. Anyway, but it does feel like a second home to me. Like I know every nook and cranny, I know where everything is. Although I will admit this, I had a bit of a panic pee, and I had to go running for the toilet. And I went, "Where are the nearest toilets?" I forgot where the nearest toilets are. I was just running around all around this place looking for a toilet. So yeah, so that's how bad I am. Like, yeah.
And so as professionally, as I mentioned earlier, I work in the film industry as a special effects prosthetics makeup artist. And basically, I owe that to cosplay. It was because of cosplay that I started doing that. It is thanks to cosplay that is my career and that is my job now. And that's how I pay my bills. So it is, cosplay is such an amazing community, it's an amazing world. It's such a great world to be part of. I owe it to it, and I'm always happy to give back to the cosplay community as much as I can. And because you mentioned Michelle Yeoh, I have to say I'm a mega fan of Arnie Schwarzenegger. And that's your thing.
That's me.
I have not met Michelle, but
Do you want to know how I met her?
Yeah, I want to know how you met Michelle.
I was at the film premiere of Shang-Chi, and I was behind the barriers with the other cosplayers, and she just came towards me, and I like to think I played it cool. I went, "Hello, Michelle, how are you? I'm looking forward to you in this film." I think what really came out, man, was, I love you. So that was quite embarrassing for me. But I got a picture with her, and that was quite fun. That was quite nice. So,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. All right. So let's start with the questions of the podcast.
So we're going to do questions. So we're going to just interview each other, see how we got into the industry in cosplay. And hopefully we'll find something interesting about our lives, how we came to do what we do at Comic-Con. So I hate to ask the most boring question of them all, but how did you get into cosplay?
How did I get into cosplay? Right, so I was born in southern Spain. So it's a town called Cadiz. And there is a tradition of dressing up. So we've got the carnival there, and it's around February. It is not the carnival like Venice. It's not the carnival like Brazil. It's like a very specific sort of carnival where you dress up and you make music, and it's like a satire. So it's like we make fun of things, but it's also very like a satire type of music.
Oh,
yeah.
So you've always grown up like wearing costumes, been involved with that. Is that something that when you were young, this is something I want to do, this is something I want to pursue in life, or is it just something you kind of fell into?
Well, it was just natural, because like my entire town does that.
Yeah.
So we grew up doing that. So we grew up dressing up every single year, and then it's not just like, I don't know, like a fancy dress or like Halloween that you could just be like a witch or something every year and that's fine.
Yeah.
It's like you actually make an effort, and then sometimes some of your costumes actually also make fun of social stuff and like political stuff as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's really interesting. So I basically grew up dressing up. So I've been dressing up my entire life.
Oh wow.
Actually, yeah.
So in your mind, when did you stop costuming and became a cosplayer? When did that kick in for you?
Right. So officially, it was Rinoa from Final Fantasy VIII. It was the second Comic-Con I've ever been to, and that was in southern Spain. But before then, I actually cosplayed Scully from the X-Files.
Oh!
But that was for the carnival.
For the carnival?
Yeah, for the carnival.
Oh, right. Okay.
From a hometown fest.
Oh, yeah.
So for the festival, basically. So that's how I transitioned, let's say, from like costuming at the festival into doing cosplay.
Yeah.
So officially it's Renoa, unofficially it's Scully. I've always wanted to be a forensic doctor. I ended up being an artist, but hey, I do anatomy and wounds and things like that, so I guess it's all related.
All right, then, yeah. I love there's an official and unofficial answer.
Yeah,
Most people just have an answer, but okay.
Shall I ask you a question?
You can ask me a question, yes.
So how did you start in the cosplay photography world?
This is a very loaded question. So how did I get? Okay, so as I mentioned, I've been going to Comic-Con for about 20 years now. I was going with friends, and going to the booths, going to see the celebrities, getting them all signed. And after about 10 years of that, you do kind of want to say to yourself, I want a little bit more. I want to do something different. And I keep seeing cosplay photos online, and I think I started life on Tumblr, looking at cosplay photos, and I thought to myself, this is easy. It's just picking up a camera and taking photos. How hard can it be? Mistake was made. And so 10 years ago, I got a camera, I started taking pictures, and I looked and I went, yeah, they're all right. I could do better. Can't be that hard to get a better camera. Again, a long, winding road of like buying cameras and lenses, broken lenses, replacing lenses, and memory cards, failed memory cards, new cameras, thinking that will improve my photography, and it doesn't, yada, 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 yada. So that's how it came about. It's like I generally sat there thinking, this is an easy hobby to pick up, to do. It won't cost me a fortune. It won't, at least I'm not a cosplayer spending thousands of pounds of materials and things like that. No, I was wrong.
And when you realised you were wrong.
Yeah, like all my costs is every 5 years or something like that when I'm replacing stuff or I break stuff. Yeah. So many regrets, but I still love what I do.
Good.
Not a problem. So I see you're in a cosplay right now. Do you want to explain the costume?
Oh yeah. So this is Mayo Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. So it's the original anime film from 1995. And essentially, I made this costume in 2010, and this is a remake of that costume. So I've made this already, about 15 years ago, and now I just made it again from scratch. And I can tell how my skills have progressed.
Oh, that's great. That's really good to like see that in your skill set, because I find it really hard to see when I take a photo 5-10 years ago to now and go, I can't see the difference between that to that.
Yeah.
But all my friends or all people who shop me, they go, hey, you can really. So it's good to see from your cosplays that you make how you've seen that growth. But the question I wanted to ask was, how do you decide on the outfit cosplays you want to wear for the event that you're going to? So like today you're wearing this. Yeah. So it sounded like you had a process like, I wanted to re-wear something, but maybe actually I want to remake it, see if I can make it better. Is it that type of process, or how do you go about making something for the first time maybe?
Yeah, right. So sometimes if I remake something, sometimes it's because I actually plan to remake it. So for example, my Dracula cosplay, right? Because it's been already 10 years. It's the 10th anniversary of when I made that cosplay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to remake all the prosthetics, because I've had 10 years practice with 10 years of experience as a professional special effects makeup artist, and now I can do much better. So that is planned. This one wasn't planned at all. So what happened was we got another panel later, and it's me and my mate Kyle. His name is his cosplayer or artist name is Sketch McDraw. And we've got a panel later. We're going to be talking about how we started as cosplayers, and now we work in the film industry professionally. He also works in film. He does props. And then we thought, right, we've been friends for 13 years, and we've never cosplayed together. We've always talked about it. It never happened. We've been busy. And then I happen to have a prosthetic that I designed, and it's sort of based on Pato, which is a character from Ghost in the Shell. And he wanted to make that cosplay anyway. So what we did, we teamed up today. I've done his prosthetic makeup, so I've done the eyes for him. He made the costume, and then he also said, right, you should be Motoko. And I said, well, go on then, I'll make it again. And here we are, yeah.
Oh, wow. So for this process, you kind of revisited an old character. You want to see if you can make the costume better. Yes. You had prosthetics that you want to try out or give it a go, or you had it sitting right there. Yeah. What about events where you see a character the first time and you go, oh my God, I love that character. I need to make that. What do you decide? I'm going to wear that costume for that event and things like that, or is it you just do it as and when?
So mostly I do characters that I'm passionate about or I like. I've got like sort of like a special connection to it. It's very rarely that I will make a character just for the design, but it does happen sometimes. For competitions though, that's a completely different game. So for competitions, in my opinion, you have to show a array of different skills, because at the end of the day you're competing, right? So you need to show that you can do this, you can do that, you can do that. So like maybe comfort is not a big point to consider in that kind of stuff. So when I cosplay, like just for being here or for guesting at a convention or for like a photo shoot and things like this, I try to look up comfortable. If it's for a competition, those things can stay out of the equation. Really.
Yeah, I do have a later question about competition, but we'll get to it soon. But let me ask this next question.
Yeah.
So you pick your cosplay, you think you're going to go to this event. How much build time do you give yourself? Do you actually plan the planning?
So I plan the planning.
Yeah.
I do actually.
Oh, good.
I've got like 1,000 million lists I need to go through, and then I just tick everything off, and I have to make a new list because like half of it's been ticked off, and then the other half hasn't, and then I had to add more things.
But does it help to plan?
It does. Yes. It does. If you organize and you schedule things, it will make your life so much easier. Because otherwise, you might forget things, and it does happen. And even if you make lists, sometimes you do forget stuff.
Yeah.
So I think planning is super important. It's just to make your life easier. Because we do cosplay to enjoy, right? So there's no point in like but there's no point in like making a cosplay if you're gonna not enjoy the process and you're gonna suffer, you're gonna get stressed. Just it's not that big of a deal. It's just to have fun. So have fun doing it.
Absolutely.
Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself.
And because of you done all that planning, you don't con crunch anymore, right? Right.
Well. Right. This wasn't planned. So yes, I can't crunch for this. But usually no, we usually have a plan. But then again, like things happen. So imagine if I didn't plan, I'd be like making this in the hotel last night, which I absolutely didn't. Wink, wink. But yeah.
I was like wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Yeah. So we're not looking at me, so I can't wink. It's okay.
That's great. All right. But just say, from my point of view, I don't believe in con crunching. I think it's a horrible thing, and no cosplay should ever go through that. But
I can tell you though, like,
go on.
Sometimes it happens, and you're not even expecting to happen. The con crunch, because, for example, I was in Prague as a guest.
Yeah.
You know, funny enough, the convention is called Con Crunch, and I was at the hotel trying to steam my Rama cosplay, which is the one that you saw earlier in the presentation, the selfie that we had together.
Yeah.
And I was steaming it, and the water was so hard. It's like spraying like white water.
Oh.
And it started staining my cosplay, which I hadn't even debuted yet. So I just made that cosplay just for that convention.
Yeah.
And it was staining the cosplay. I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? So I had to clean it. So I had to like proper con crunch.
Yeah. Okay.
But I wasn't planning on that. It was something that I was definitely not looking forward to do.
Is it something you would advise someone to con crunch? Please say no.
No. Again, like, have fun, just relax, take your time.
Yes, because you can always wear a different costume if you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll let you ask me some questions.
I've got questions for you, Eddie.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Right, so what is your favorite photographic approach? As in, what do you like to do for your photo shoot? Is it a technique? Is it a location? What is your favorite approach when you do cosplay photography?
As in, if I see a cosplayer in the middle of the con floor, for example, or outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the kind of lighting that you use, or the kind of like equipment you use.
Yeah. So I've got two minds about this. So if I'm on the con floor, or it's busy, there's not much space. If I do see someone, I go, I like this costume and things like that. I like this one here. I like this costume. I go, I love this costume.
It's really good.
What do I do? I'm a bit busy here. I generally just take the photo there and then I just make the best of it, because I do not want to be dragging a cosplay and go, right, I'm going to take you to the other side of the venue. I'm going to go through all this crowd. I've lost 10, 20 minutes, maybe half an hour going through the crowd. Is it really worth it? No. I don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste my time. We've paid X amount of money for tickets. I know minutes and hours means a lot to people, so I just take it there and there. If it's outside in the grassy area, in the open air, I will actually spend 5-10 minutes just finding a right spot for it. I will look at the cosplay and go, someone who is wearing, so I can see a Naruto character in the second row. I would say, okay, I'll take that so that I know Naruto needs to be in a very garden air, tree area, mountain, natural place. So I'll take it to the tree line. If I see a princess, well, I can probably use the stairs, make it look like it's a castle stepway, things like that. So I do try to match the cosplay they're wearing to the area that I want to shoot in as best as possible. It's not always possible. It's not always feasible. Again, some cosplayers say, I've only got 1 or 2 minutes. Again, you just got to take what's given to you and take it there. I try to travel light, so I really only have one camera. I've got 2 lenses, which is sorry to be geeky and all this, a 50mm 1.4 f-stop and a 70 to 200mm telephoto lens. So they're the only 2 I have. The telephoto lens is a challenge just to get that distance and to get the photo right. Again, more technical stuff. The reason I do that is because it compresses the photo a little bit better, and it's really good to do that, and it gives good bokeh, blurriness. But because of that, because you leave such a long gap, people do end up crossing your path, and I have to sit there and go, don't get angry, Ed, don't get angry, Ed. They don't know you're taking a photo because you've left a huge gap. So it is just...
it happens.
Yeah, it happens. So it's just a matter of just picking your moments and picking your choices. If you can do this, if you can do that, it's not always going to be the right scenario that you want to take photos. So, but if you can, I do think to myself, pick the right venue, pick the right background for that.
Yeah. And so also, do you have like a favorite photographer or a cosplay photographer? It doesn't have to be a cosplay photographer, but do you have any artists that inspire you, or like you consciously or subconsciously you have said it as an inspiration, as a reference?
Would it be bad if I said me?
No.
No. Generally, no.
But you are the photographer.
I am a photographer. No, I don't inspire myself. Don't you worry. It's really weird because if I really think about it, I don't think I've ever followed one specific photographer and go, I like their style, I like this, I'm going to replicate it. I think that's the worst thing you can do, is try to replicate a single photographer's style.
But not to replicate, but like as an inspiration.
You can learn from it, yes, you can be inspired by it, but I think if you look at other people's photography work and go, I like this element of this photo, I love this how they've done the lighting, I love how they've done the angle for that one, and take each element of those photos, the photography style, into your own, that makes you a better photographer.
Yeah.
I always believe to keep on learning, keep on doing, and never rest on your laurels of the skills that you already have. Because again, the moment you stop learning is the moment you stop getting better.
I agree.
You get left behind by every other photographer who's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And you think, oh my God, they've done composite work. Oh, how did I get left behind? So, yeah, but I will say that when I first started photography, I always say the story that I had, I was like a baby photographer, and I had someone called Ian Blythe come up to me and go, so you're right there, man. Like, yeah? I've got this camera, but I don't know what to do to say. So I'll do this, do that. I'm going, senpai, God help me, thank you very much. And I'm always grateful for him to be like telling me and showing me how to do these, the settings. And from there, I've always thought to myself, right, I can't pay it back, I can pay it forward. So anytime I see a baby photographer, I always go, you know then, do you want a hand? Do you want to show you a bit of this and a bit of that? And I can just see it there. I go, oh, thank you, senpai. I'm going, oh, that's what my face looked like then. Okay, I've got it now. But but there's another photographer I like to big up, which is Kevin Pack. He's based in the Midlands, Manchester area, things like that. And we have shared so many times sharing in his studio, and it's been absolutely amazing to learn from him and just get inspired by his approach to like doing photography. So I just want to give him a shout out. But yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Oh, it's my turn to ask you a question.
Please.
Oh, okay then.
Ask me questions.
So, as someone who's like, you've got your costume, you picked your you picked your character, you picked your cosplay, you're going to wear this, you're going to wear this event. How do you go about getting photos? How do you go about going, right, I'm ready, I want people to take pictures of me? Do you have a mindset of like, I am going to go to every photographer and get photos, or do you wait for them to approach you, or do you see if there's any photographers that's like book schedules, or do you just wing it?
That's a bit of a hard question, actually. So mostly, if I'm in a convention, it's because I'm a guest. So when I'm a guest, I've got a schedule to follow. So I've got panels to run, I've got work to do, I've got live demos to do, a booth to take care of that can't leave alone. So sometimes it's a bit difficult. So for myself as a cosplayer, what I really like to do is to create a cosplay and then approach some of my favorite photographers.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Hello.
And then we can collaborate and we can arrange a photo shoot. And then it's just the goal is to have fun, really. So I like to collaborate with people that I get along with, that I like their work. I know that we're gonna have fun. I know they're gonna take really good pictures. I know they're gonna like the work that I do as well. So so in a convention, like if someone approaches me, absolutely, yes, I'm always happy to take pictures and have people take the pictures and all that. Yeah. But sometimes it might be a bit difficult because I'm already, under a tight schedule.
Yeah. When you're not under a tight schedule and someone does approach you to say, "Oh, I love your cosplay. Can I take a picture of you?"
Yeah, absolutely.
What goes through your mind? Are you thinking next? Oh, do I need to get their handle? Do I need to know who the photographer is? Do you ask for like maybe timelines of when photos? What goes through your head?
Well, I usually will ask them if they're on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. I am on Instagram, and that's pretty much it, really. I'm not a very social media person. But I will give them a card as well. Yeah, and sometimes a friendship happens from there, and then we can start doing more collaborations. Like literally, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay then. And you were talking about how you're looking for characteristics in a photographer, like if they're fun, if they're easygoing, any other attributes you're looking for in a photographer? Because obviously, if you meet someone for the first time, it's a gamble.
Of course,
but from that first interaction, what are you looking for in a photographer?
Yeah, I think if I met them before, I would know beforehand. If they are nice, they're going to be kind, they're going to be easy to work with. If I haven't met them before, I always like to bring someone with me, like a chaperone or my partner, or things like that, or a friend, just in case. And then after that, we can we become friends and we work together well. That's all good. But I would say just look at the work, look at what they do. If it's what rocks your boat, that's great. If it's not what rocks your boat, don't let it get rocked, I guess, by that person.
Absolutely. Oh no, that's good because I've been asked this, or I've been asked this question, or I've asked other people this question, and it's been such a varied answer about what people look for in a photographer. Like I sometimes question why people want to shoot with me. Like I do question it. Without sounding egotistical, why do you like shooting with me?
I like the pictures you take. I like that you're fun. I like that we can joke, and then we can just laugh. Yeah. And you're really nice. You're just very approachable, and you take. One thing I really like about your photography is that you take pictures of any cosplayer, regardless of their background, regardless of the level. Yeah. You take pictures of anyone because it's about having fun doing cosplay. So that's one of the things I like the most about your photography.
I don't want to sound like I'm poo-pooing any other photographers out there, but I do like taking pictures of everyone's cosplay because I was just saying this to someone else actually just today. So why should I be the arbiter of what is a good cosplay, what should be deemed by me to take a photo? Mm-hmm. If you are happy with the cosplay you're wearing, then I'll take a picture of it. Why should I be doing it? I won't take that. That's not my decision to it. If you came up to me and said, can I get a photo? I will say yes, because you in your head have gone, I'm happy with what I'm wearing. I want to have someone take my photos for that. And I just think, that's great. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, because part of having fun as a cosplayer is to... Sorry, I just saw another ram. I was like, oh, cool.
That's not you. That's not you.
No, but that's really cool. Anyway, so part of being a cosplayer and doing cosplay is, for me, part of the fun is doing a photo shoot, right? So that's one of the really cool things I can do as a cosplayer. So I want everyone to experience that, and not because, someone says, oh, that's a cool cosplay, or that's not a cool cosplay, then that person doesn't have the right to have a photo shoot. Of course they do. Yeah. That everyone is here to have fun. So basically that.
No, that's fine. Yeah. Well, that's cool. When do you ever approach a photographer, and how do you do it? Do you get nervous still? Do you still get? I say nervous now. Were you nervous then, and are you still nervous now?
Yes. I mean,
Why? Why
well,
are you
because in the past, I have approached photographers and they don't want to shoot with me. I don't know why. So I just get a bit.
I mean, I can tell you. Well, I've heard various versions of this answer.
Right.
I think if someone says, if a photographer comes up to you, you got a photographer, and they say no, don't take it personally because it is. I mean, us photographers growing up a cosplayer, they say no, and I try not to take it personally. From a photographer's point of view, it is, and I'm like literally umbrellaing all of the answers that I've heard from different photographers. Some people say the costume you're wearing is not the style that I know, I appreciate, things like that. It's a character they don't know. It may be that, for example, if someone's just about Disney princesses, they may go, "Oh, I don't know how to do Disney princesses. I don't. It's not my thing. It's not my. It's not my portfolio." So that's so it may not fit their portfolio style. For me, if I see a group of cosplayers, I now run away. I can't do group shoots anymore. I get such anxiety over it now. So I'd like to do single people. Like duos are just about okay. Yeah. So there's a few factors in that. I'm trying to think of the other answers I got told. They may just not have time. Generally, so for me, I've got a schedule that I do, and I try to stick that schedule. And even if people are late or they say, "Oh, can you just squeeze me in?" I don't want to overrun because that means I have to push everyone back by that much time, and I don't like being late, things like that. So
no. That's obviously absolutely understandable.
Yeah.
It's just for me sometimes I guess because it happened a few times, I just felt a bit inadequate or like I don't feel good enough, so I stopped asking people. Yeah. So sometimes that happens. So
I know what you mean. It's like sometimes from a photographer's point of view, asking to say, "Oh, can I take a photo?" No. You think, "Oh, is there something about me about taking photos?" Yeah. Again, just don't take it. Try not to take it personally. Okay. And I would say that to cosplayers. If a photographer says no, it's probably not you. It's their own internal mechanisms that they have to go through a Comic-Con day. So
that's good to know.
Yeah, cool.
Eddie, question.
Oh no, yes.
Why do you like shooting videos? It wasn't planned. It wasn't here, so he didn't know.
No, it's definitely off piece. No. Why should I be careful? No. Why do I enjoy shooting with you? No, I think it's the exact same reasons you just gave to me. Yes, I'm cheating here. You are fun. I do like shooting with people who are fun to work with. I think people are not take their cosplay too seriously. We can just relax and chat. Because I think the first time we shot photos together wasn't actually at a Comic-Con.
No, what was it? Was it Jubilee?
Yeah, Jubilee at Leek Street. Yeah, do you remember?
Wow, yeah.
For a mutual friend of ours, so yeah.
Oh, Anna, yeah. Anna, yeah, of course.
So,
wow.
but based off that, I knew it, from that one shoot, I knew I could get along with you. You understood my approach. Like I said, could have a laugh, could have a chat, we can take breaks. It's great to also share ideas as well. I think when you approach a photo shoot, regardless of a Comic-Con and a studio shoot, and I say this to all cosplayers, please have a library of poses that you want to shoot in front of a photographer. It is the worst thing when a photographer asks a cosplayer, say, "Oh, so what poses would you like to do?" And the answer is,
I don't know, you tell me.
I don't know. Like you have spent weeks and months making your cosplay, and for you to not to have a pose, I'm like, oh no. So I mean, like anything, if you got one of these things, a mobile phone, just Google character, and that's so easy to get poses out of that.
Yeah, just to copy the pose there. Like the cover, the manga, whatever.
Oh, absolutely. Like this. I'm just going to run off stage.
Bye. What's going on? Anyway, so I don't know what's going on. That wasn't planned.
Genuinely, this is my schedule. I have pose sheets that I do for all the scheduled shoots I have this weekend. So that if I do run into problems about poses, I can just check my sheet and go, "Hey, can you do this?" Because I have. Oh, this is for the cameras and people here. I have done this by going. So can you just stand like this? Hand on the hand here. Can you put this hand in the air like that? I have done that, and people have got photos of me. There's a gentleman who's going to get that on video, and I've done that so many times, and I've got a little fed up of that. But I'll still do it. I will still do it. So I don't mind making a little pat of myself. But that's another I think another attribute of me that I'm willing to make a part of myself, and just makes the day a lot easier, things like that. But yes, going back to you, that's some of the reasons why I love working with you, because you're just so easy to work with.
Thank you.
It feels effortless. And I think when you get to a point where taking photos of someone is effortless, it makes the day go a lot better. Not easier, not quicker, just better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's again to have fun, right?
Oh, 100%, yes.
Cool. Okay, shall I ask you another question?
Yeah, now you've done that impromptu one, yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. This is a cool one.
Oh, nice.
So, I wrote down, you are one of my favorite cosplayer photographers.
Oh.
You are always a bit kind and eager to shoot with cosplayers. Often, you have several shoots happening all day long. Right? My question is, when do you eat? Because, food and cosplay.
Do you know what? I actually forgot. I was going to buy some cupcakes, bring it on stage and go, there's the food. That's the food element. That's the food element. About 5 years ago, people kept messaging me saying, Eddie, do you make sure you eat? I'm going, but I do? I think I do. I don't know. Then I will admit, one time at MCM Birmingham on the Sunday, I was taking photos so much, so all day, and I forgot to eat, to have lunch. And I got to I think it finished 5 o'clock. I got to 3 p.m. and I went, I should eat something, or I can just keep it for another 2 hours and then just collapse at the end of the day. And that's and on request we have.
You're vegetarian.
Yes.
Hey, thank you. Cool.
We'll munch on that later. I like it's in a takeaway Tupperware. I love it. Reminds me of my takeaway. Sorry, digressing. So
Carry on.
So I do usually factor in food. I'm quite self-disciplined to go and get food. But since doing a schedule, I really now put in a schedule. I really do make sure I get at least an hour break from in between photo shooting. Go and get some food. I go to the Fox and have a lunch and I sit down and I now have to take a photo of it, take a selfie, put it online just to prove I had lunch. That's how bad my psyche, my personality is. I have to prove I'm having lunch. So yeah, I do factor in, but no, on a serious level, if you are a photographer, do make sure you take breaks. Do make sure you have water. If you're not gonna eat, take some snack bars with you. Drink water. Yesterday was a really hot day. The sun was beating, so make sure you do stay hydrated and all that. I literally just drank my bottle of lemon tea. And then once I finished, I went, right, I can run inside, quickly get water and things like that. Yeah. So I do make sure I plan to have liquids and things like that. Yeah. But yeah, no, and I have seen photographers or certain photographers who are just shooting. So I do half an hour blocks of photo shoots. Right. But I've heard some photographers who do 20 minutes, 15 minutes, even 10 minutes, and they back-to-back that so they can fit as many people in the hour. And I'm looking at it going, oh, you're going to collapse soon. Okay. Hope you're taking a break. And I look at them and I ask, you're taking a break? And they go, yeah.
It's important.
It is so important to take a break. And I probably shouldn't just include photographers. Cosplayers itself needs to take breaks
as well.
So so please make sure you take breaks whenever throughout the day.
Food, water, especially water. For example, myself today, I just put the wig on at the hotel. Immediately, it started getting really hot. I've got really long hair, really dark long hair, so it's all cramped underneath somehow. And it started getting really, really hot. And I'm like, right, I haven't even got out of the hotel yet. So I'm making sure that I'm drinking water constantly, So again, the most important thing is to enjoy, but even more importantly is to be safe. Yeah. So don't collapse.
I know you're asking me a question, but can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Do you get to a point, do you ever think to yourself, oh, I'm feeling ill in this costume, I don't feel well, I should get out of it, or should people push through?
No.
Good,
don't push through.
Thank you.
Do not push through. Honestly, be safe, because things do happen, right? And again, it is supposed to be fun. If you're not going to have fun and then you're going to end up passing out, that's not fun at all, right? So just be safe, be sensible.
Yeah, good. I know we're coming close to the end, so I just want to at least but at least get this question in.
Yep.
So you mentioned that you done competition as well as general cosplays and things like that. When you are coming to an event, either to just do a general cosplay or do a competition, is the cosplay choice different for each type? Is it like, do you go, oh, I'll just whack on this costume, it'll be good for going to do a competition and general cosplay? Or do you think, no, this cosplay that I'm entering in the competition, I can't be in the general public? So do you have that type of mindset, that type of thinking?
Sort of, yeah. So like if I'm a guest, like it could be any cosplay that I've already worn or I've made for that specific convention. If it's a competition, I try to wear it just at least to start with at the competition. Later on, I can wear it in different events. But the competition, it will be for me always a brand new cosplay. What especially because I think if you make a cosplay, you enter like different competitions, you win everything. That's not really sports. Like it's not very nice. So I try to wear something new. I try to make something that challenges me as well. So I try to do different techniques. I try to, you do a competition, depends on the competition, you get different points they're going to mark or they're going to take into account. So it could be, I don't know, the performance is going to be 50% of the final points, and then special effects is going to be 10%, and then tailoring is going to be another 30%, something like this.
Yeah.
So it really, really depends. So it has to be catered for that specific competition, I think. So does that answer the question?
I think so. Sort of, yeah. So you do make sure that the costume you're wearing for competitions, you usually like hide yourself away so that you're not being, because obviously if your costume falls apart halfway through the day and you're about to go on stage to do competition, it's not going to look good, is it?
It's not going to look good.
No.
I don't know if that's happened actually. I think it might have, yeah, like to everyone. It happens, At the end of the day, it's just like, objects and fabrics that we put on.
Yeah.
But I would say, yeah. So for example, Dracula that we did in Paris. So I put the costume on, all the prosthetics. I took 6 hours to do. And then I just stayed backstage all day. Only because it was in Paris. There was a heat wave that weekend, specifically that day. It was really hot, and backstage it was very cool.
Oh, that's
so I was
good.
like, right, I'm going to survive at least by being here.
Yeah.
So, and I took my shoes off. That was great. Like the floor was really cool, and that was really, really good. Honestly, it really helped.
No, that helps.
So,
that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Do you want to ask your second to last question? Or do you want to ask your, I don't know if it's the last question.
Ooh, okay. How do you keep creative when the burnout appears?
Does being curled up in a ball, laying on my bed, does that count?
It does.
It does.
That's quite creative.
That's quite creative. I think it's hard because I don't want to sound down on myself. I don't think I've got a creative bone in my body. But going to your earlier question, like what photography inspired me and things like that. What inspires me, what keeps me going, keeps me creative, is looking at other people's work, looking at other people's costumes and see what they do. Watching the TV shows as well, that gets me creative. There's so many times I see comic book covers, I'm going, I want to recreate that, I want to do this. And I never get to, but that inspires me, that keeps me going. That really wants to, push me a little bit further into doing the cosplay photography. And when I do my research of this, I look at the person and go, oh my God, I didn't realize that happened in the TV show, movie, or graphic novel. Oh my God, I can't wait to recreate that pose type of thing. So that's what kind of keeps me creative.
Right.
Things like that. So yeah.
That's proper passion, That's good. Sometimes it's true. That's what is being passionate about something. But yeah,
absolutely.
Nice.
Shall we throw it to the floor before we end it, or?
I'm going to cheekily promote my book as well.
Do the book thing.
So essentially, as I said, a special effects and prosthetics makeup artist. I created this book that you see in here to teach people how to create prosthetics to a professional level. And to put you in context, I've worked on things such as Aquaman, The Witcher, Gladiator, blah, blah. my teacher, my mentor was Neil Gorton, and he's been in the industry for 20, 30 years. So the way I teach him here is the way he teaches. And it's all at a professional level. And I've got a few books left. I've got about maybe like 10 books left, a bit less. So if you want to get one of the books, or if you want to see some of my work, or the Dracula costume, again, the book is just right behind that wall in here, and I would love to see you. Thank you.
Cool. Is there anyone that wanted to ask us a question about cosplay or cosplay photography?
Yeah.
Is there any particular franchises I want to work? Sorry to sound very generic in this answer. I want to work with all franchises. I think I am a photographer that's quite versatile. I think I can work with anything. So like I said earlier, there are some photographers who just want to do, want to do Disney characters. That's fine, that's not a problem. Some people want to just do anime photography. That's fine. In my mind, I think, that's actually quite limiting. That's actually quite isolating that you only do one thing. So for me to have, I should mention that when I do a booking system, it's literally open to everyone. I don't go, it's a Disney character, cancel. It is, I will shoot that character because one, if you're proud of that character, you want to do that, I will take pictures of it. Two, for me, there'll be franchises I will not know. And I'll go, what's this? And that gives me a foot into their world, into their fandom, into the franchise that I would never, ever, ever think about seeing or be involved in. It's so good to sometimes be pulled into a franchise that you've never known about. And yeah, for me, there is no franchise that I would block myself. I will be pulled into any franchise that there is. So yeah. Do you want to answer that question as well?
Yeah, I can answer that as well. Franchises that I like to work to do cosplays of, I guess. Probably very obscure, weird characters and no one knows anything about, like this one, for example. So I really like all films and all fashion anime and all fashion manga and all video games and things like this. So I'll say that, for example, like Dracula, how many people do Dracula in the world? Not that many. How many people do this specific costume from a major multiple personality from the film from 1995 that only appears for 2 seconds at the beginning of the film? So that kind of, I really like very obscure characters or very obscure designs. So, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Any more questions? Yeah. One more question. Good.
Oh, no. Hello.
What is your favorite
I'll let you go. No, you go first.
I didn't hear.
How do you unwind after a Comic Con?
How do I unwind? Okay. A bath. Yeah. I don't drink alcohol anymore, so I don't go to the pub. I can go to the pub and just have something non-alcoholic. But probably I will do some stretches. So my back is killing me right now already. So I will do stretches. I will take a bath. Food. Yeah, that sounds good. And take the wig off first thing. Yeah. Thank you.
I also take my wig off and no. How do I unwind? I don't know how truthful I should make this answer. So I will. No, generally I try to take the camera bag off my back. It is heavy. As much as I try to travel light, it's not light. So I don't know how many kilos it is, but yeah, it's heavy. So if I can just leave it down for about half an hour to an hour, that's great. I do end up going to the bar, having a drink or two, just to relax, wind down. Because there's a lot for me. There's a lot that goes through my head. There's a lot of energy that's going through my body. I'm going, I really can't take this energy home. I need to let it out slowly and to feed it out of my body. So I just try to chill and just sit down for about half an hour to an hour. If I see some friends, it's nice to like my friend over there, just chill and just chat with them for a little bit. Because sometimes it is hard to meet people at a Comic Con. Because as much as we are all in this venue and trying to meet people, somehow I miss them. And it's just nice that if there is a chance I can meet them at one spot at the bar, great. But other than that, when I get home, I kick off the trainers, take the wig off, and just chill in my bed and just go, so good, yeah. So yeah, thank you.
That's it.
Thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it. Oh yes, you're going to do contact. So if you go first. You're on the.
Oh, hello. So just in case you want to find us online, those are our online handles. So Instagram, Blue Sky, website, email, podcast. So the most important one is Freedom Cosplay Podcast. Yeah, so that's why we're in here doing this live podcast.
Yes.
It's just like a little chat in between friends. Have a look. There's a lot of episodes in there. They always talk about really cool stuff and very interesting stuff. So you know, sometimes I go for like an hour and a half walk, and then I just put one podcast on, and it's all interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I forget you listen to my podcast. I genuinely forget. So yes, I do. It's a weekly. Well, it's a series of podcasts I do. It used to be weekly. I haven't that, so I'm doing weekly recently. But yeah, if you go to www.freedomcosplay.org/cosplay, you'll find all the podcasts I've recorded with BB, with different topics, different guests. Cover a lot of ranges from photography, cosplay. Sometimes I do a bit of film reviews as well. My handles is Freedom Cosplay on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. Although I've got to put the .org on the Blue Sky bit. But yeah, please come and find me. And if there's any questions you didn't get to ask today and you want to ask me later, feel free to drop me a DM. I'm more than happy to share and answer questions. Okay. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you, everyone.
Round of applause to our guests, Freedom Cosplay and Shirak Cosplay.
Food and cosplay.
Thank you.
Thank you.